here. RealestateWholesalerSClub.com. VIP Monday, Lead Gen Monday. We're going to get some leads. We're going to get some leads. That's right. We're going to pick a market. We're going to go in. We're going to get some scrapes set up today. We're going to do your Q&A along the way. And I'm going to have a special blessing for somebody because we're going to generate leads for somebody this week starting today. Who is it? Somebody in the VIP club is getting leads today. Who will it be? Who will it be? I wonder who is in the creative real estate business. Who's in the lease options business? Who's in the business of working with pretty houses? I know I am. I'm in the business of working with pretty houses, pretty house wholesaling. What does pretty house wholesaling mean? It can mean a number of things. Let's talk about that. First of all, it can mean wholesaling pretty houses that have no equity or very little, sometimes even slightly over leveraged. Okay. When I say slightly, I mean up to about 5% or so. Okay. Tops. Pretty house wholesaling. Those are pretty. Can you wholesale those? Sure you can. You can wholesale ugly houses. We all know that. But wholesaling pretty houses. Can you do it? Yes. Lease options is what it means to me first. A lease option, a lease with the option to buy. Then you go find a tenant buyer, collect a non-refundable option fee, assign that deal over to them in exchange for that option fee. So pretty house wholesaling can be lease options assignments, lease option assignments. Yeah. Or it could be owner finance. Can you assign an owner finance deal? What if you run into a homeowner that says, "Nah, I don't want to do this lease option stuff, but what I'll do is I'll do something more serious." I hear sometimes homeowners say, "I want something more serious, like owner finance, land contract." Okay, what is it? Contract for deed. All right, lots of different terms and names. Owner finance. Can I assign an owner finance contract that I have with a homeowner? Can I assign that away to a owner finance buyer? Anybody? We've got a good number of people here in the room. How's everybody doing today?
Yes, you can.
Good. You?
Yeah, absolutely you can. Yeah, you can 100%. Unless the agreement says that it's not assignable. Okay. So you can assign owner finance. Then that could be pretty house. That could be pretty house wholesaling. Pretty house wholesaling could also be subject to. Okay. Subject to. We hear people talking about subject to. Taking over the deed while the mortgage stays in the original homeowner's name. Okay. Purchasing the house subject to the original mortgage. Okay. So it stays in place in the homeowner's name. The deed transfers to you. Can you assign a sub 2 deal? Can you, if you got a house under contract sub 2, can you assign a sub 2 deal?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. You can. You can assign a sub 2 deal. So that might be a pretty house deal. Mm-hmm. Sure. What about someone in pre-foreclosure in a pretty house? Let's say they own a reasonable amount of back payments. Let's say $8,000. Let's say just for a wild number. And you think you could get 15 out of a buyer, right? Down payment. Could you put that house under contract subject to catch up the back payments and still put money in your pocket? Is that possible? Nobody knows.
Yeah, it's possible. Don't you got to be kind of careful with that though, too? With when you're dealing with foreclosure. I mean, at least I would think in California, it might be, possibly sketchy.
Yeah, I'm not a sub two expert. I'm not, and I'm definitely not a short sale expert. I'm definitely not a foreclosures uh, expert or a lawyer. I've done a lot of bank owned wholesaling, but as far as working with you know banks and stuff, not so much. So I'm sure each state's different. Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I really got a lot out of the Saturday thing is about how uh, Steve is doing all his deals in non-judicial states where he's holding mortgages. That's a freaking brilliant idea. Good job, Steve.
Steve. Steve showed up right when we started talking about it.
Yeah.
It's usually after that. You see, so I was just on with Claude, so
Yeah. Was that a good session today, Claude's VIP?
he's always interesting. What's going on, man?
He said it was going to be the best sales training in my life. I was like, you mean it's even better than last week's? Say it again, Steve.
What's up, Mark?
Oh, not much. I was just saying how brilliant it was that you're just doing all your seller finance deals in all non-judicial states. I think that's super smart.
You got to look for a way that you can capture your asset without having to wait when things go bad. So if you look at, like, I've got properties in Florida I would love to do seller financing on. When I first started buying down there, that was the game plan. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So as time went on, I figured because of long-term capital gains, blah, 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 I rent them for a year, get them cleaned up. Now I feel more confident to sell it on finance. When I find out that the house next door was foreclosed 6 years ago and hasn't made it to the courthouse yet, I don't want to be that sucker standing there with a note and a mortgage. So I do it in states now that are. But you know what? If I might, on Friday, what's that fellow's name that does this? That's on it?
Ace Arturo Cervantes.
That guy blew my mind.
Great.
He totally blew my mind because he was talking about a fellow that trained him on doing these foreclosures in areas where they're like in judicial states, right? Where the house is just sitting empty. And that's been burning a hole in my mind this whole weekend. So I sat down, I looked this guy up, and I did some research on it. He is the perfect opportunity for picking up empty properties in judicial states because they're going to be there forever. You look all throughout the Northeast and even Florida. There's no way they're going to be able to keep up with all the foreclosures that are going to be coming down the pike. There is no way. So, all right, I'm done preaching.
I 100% agree with you, Steve, and thanks for the shout out for Arturo because he is remarkable. He is a remarkable dude, very knowledgeable. He hosts the Friday VIP Q&A, guys and gals. If you're not plugging into that, you should. We usually call that one Ace Your Local Market, or we call it Creative Real Estate Strategies, because that dude's great at that. He's always putting in checks too, pictures of checks and stuff in our chat room and all that. So, I mean, he's a great guy to follow. If you like that style, he's very, very high energy and go getter. He's one of those guys. He's a go getter. I'm more laid back, like I'm almost comatose, and he's already got a whole day's work done, So plug into that. But yeah, he's great. I always learn something when I watch Fridays shows. It's good to see everybody here. Steve, Lou, Marvin, Larry, Modo, Z4. and LaShonda and Rick, and did I say Steve and Mark and Carl? How's everybody doing? Sandra's coming in here. How's everybody today? Anybody got any
Good.
pressing? Anybody?
You?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you. Anybody with pressing questions or anything? Anything popping off in your business you need help with?
Yeah, I got something popping off that I need help with, Justin. How y'all
All
doing?
right.
Everybody?
Good to hear you,
Uh,
LaShonda.
Yeah, I forgot you like the camera on. I'm driving. I'm not at work. I'm off now. But um I'm talking about the automated REI,
Yeah.
what I've been experiencing. I don't know if anybody else been experiencing, but I have been getting when I do my my Zillow scrape, I'm just doing houses. But when I'm texting, it's land in there, it's condominiums it's like every freaking thing in there. So it's throwing my texting campaign off because I'm talking about leasing a house for 24 to 36 months. And you got people talking about, well, this is land and this and that and this. I just want to know, was anybody else experiencing that? Because it's supposed to just be houses. I didn't click on land or anything else.
Is anybody else experiencing that? Problems
Yeah,
with
we're
the
getting
filters?
a lot of lots and stuff that are coming up too
Yeah.
on ours.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens to me too. And honestly, I don't know why. Don't know why. Maybe that's something we can bring up together as a support issue. Are you still getting enough of the regular type houses in order to,
Yes.
Okay. So it's just a nuisance more than anything. Right? And a little bit of an expense. Okay.
I'm getting the similar thing too, but for me it's expired listings.
Yeah, because it's throwing my campaign off. Yeah, and VA off because I may have gotten some of them. I'm not for sure.
Okay. Sandra, what did you say too? I'm sorry, it kind of
Sorry.
broke up.
I was saying that I'm experiencing similar, but for me it's the expired listings. They're giving me expired listings that had expired from 3 years ago, or ones that have only been in the market for a month. So I'm not using them for expired listings anymore because it happened
that's a list that you bought?
No, because they can pull expired listings for us.
Sure, right.
So
like a list.
Yeah, so I've been asking for specific zip codes for specific month, literally the month that just that the previous month, and for a certain price range. And they've been giving me ones where when I look it up, it's they're not even on the market, but they had the house it's from a couple years ago. Or I've been getting somewhere the property just got listed. So that happened 3 times.
Okay.
So I'm not really using them for expired listings anymore.
Okay. All right. On the failed listings, almost failed listings, or expired listings, a lot of times that information isn't publicly available for a 30-day delay. So if it was just listed, then it's quite possible that there was no way that they would know. Okay. An easy solution to this, though, not that particular problem, because PropStream even has that problem, but I get a lot of my data from PropStream just because it's easy for me, it's quicker for me, and I trust them a lot too. Okay. I use automated REI for the scraper and for the texter. I don't really use it for a lot of the other things that it does offer. All right. So
okay.
I have used it. I just prefer to use PropStream for a lot of those other things. Okay.
Okay.
So now I'll break it down a little further for you. Some folks prefer to use the automated REI for the scraper, and then they prefer to take the scrapings over to Text Magic and use Text Magic's platform to do the text blasting. Okay. It doesn't matter what configuration of tools you use in your business. I'm not a tool salesman so much as I am just an investor guy myself. And I can tell you that I use a number of different tools, just like I described. So I'll use the scraper and the blaster on automated REI, and that's about it. A lot of the other things I need, I'll get from PropStream. Okay. You'll probably find in your business that you'll want to do the same thing. Okay. It's okay if you're starting out and you're like, hey, I don't know that I have a business yet because I'm working on my first deal. Well, sure you have a business, but just pick a tool. So if automated REI is the tool you've picked, okay, then I don't know how to say this without just being raw with it.
Just say it. Just be raw with it.
Okay, because I love those guys over there. And it's a wonderful system, but it is the cheapest system that there is. Okay. And there's a reason for it. Okay. It's the cheapest system and it is good when it's good. Okay. So there are parts of it that are great that I like. I have usually no problem with the scraper, you know, like little issues like what we're talking about, but nothing that keeps me from being able to do business. I do like 2,500 a week. Okay. So I'm getting enough that it doesn't matter if I've got some screwy things happening in here. I've got some good leads anyways. All right. Now I'm not suggesting you do 2,500 a week. I'm suggesting you do between 500 and 1,000 a week. And even then, that's what I love the automated REI for, because that's what it's great at. But the other stuff, I like PropStream's greater in a lot of ways.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to down, you know, one or the other. They're both good for what they're good at, you know. Today I want to get leads, but let's finish up talking about that too. I got Tusif pulled up here in the chat, and I'm going to send him a message. Hey, wait a minute. I hit the button while I was saying the message. Okay, hold on. Hey, quick question about the automated REI period. When we do a Zillow for sale by owner scrape, we can select the filter for single family residence only, comma, but we end up with quite a few empty lots and other things. Period. Can you explain why? Question mark. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So maybe we'll get a response out of him pretty quick here, and then we'll educate ourselves. How's that?
I got something else too while we're waiting on that.
Yeah.
When I'm calling the sellers back, a lot of those sellers, because the information is on Zillow, it's like they don't even want to talk. They just like, they'll be like, everything is on Zillow. It's like they don't even want to have a conversation at all. They just want you to send them an offer or whatever it is. A lot of it is like they want to communicate through text. You know, when you call them, it's like they don't even want to. They don't want to talk about anything to do with the house. The first thing they'll say, "Well, it's on Zillow. It's on Zillow. What other information do you need?" Well, I'm trying to build rapport, and it's hard for me to do that.
Right. I understand.
I don't want to just call and be like, "Well, hey, do you want to lease your house out for 24 to 36 months?" But it's sounding like that's what I need to do, because they seem like they don't want to, you know, communicate at all, really.
Okay. Does anybody else have this issue in the room? Is anybody else running into this issue? I have many
I was
times.
gonna say, so it's only just me. It's only just me.
Yeah,
Justin?
it's only just you, LaShonda. You're just getting real lucky. Nah, I've run into this problem a lot, you know. And here's the thing. I don't want you guys to be deceived about this. This is a numbers game. okay, and you're looking for, you guys hear me say it all the time, low-hanging fruit, okay?
Right.
Now, we watch gurus and coaches and me and Victor Walker and Claude Diamond and, guys that are famous and rich, and we think, oh, wow, if I could just master that skill set, I could take these leads that I'm not closing and close them, and then I'd be rich too. Okay. Well, theoretically, yes, but there's more to it than that. Okay. Learning the conversation and the skill set of sales and talking to people and communicating effectively, very, 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 very important. But that does not negate that this is still a numbers game. Okay. You are not going to take a person with low motivation and convert them into a deal. So I put everybody on a scale of 1 to 10, motivation scale. If I get on the phone with a guy, let's role play. Somebody call me. I'll be that guy because I know that guy well, LaShonda. I know that guy well.
All right, ring, ring.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, is this Justin?
Yeah, this is Justin.
Hi, Justin. This is LaShonda. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you? How can I help you?
I was calling. Am I the buyer or the seller? I forgot. I'm sorry.
You're the investor calling me the homeowner lead from Zillow for sale by owner.
Right. Yeah. So I seen your property online, and I was wondering if you had a few minutes. I wanted to try to see if you would be interested in maybe leasing it out for 24 to 36 months. Are you available to talk about that right now?
Well, everything's right there on Zillow. I don't know what you need to know from me, but I guess, I mean, it's all right there. What is not right there that you need to know?
Well, actually, yeah, I did see it on Zillow. I was just trying to reach out to see if you would be open to doing something a little creative.
Well, it's all right there on Zillow. If you want to make me an offer, go ahead. But if not, that's okay too. Thanks anyway for calling.
See, that's kind of like what I've been getting.
Yeah, so that's a good example of what.
And
what
then
you're
I'm
getting.
like, duh, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Where am I on this scale of 1 to 10 though?
1.
Right.
I'm somewhere down in this region. And you can tell right away.
Right.
For the most part. So don't beat yourself up for not closing this guy. You're supposed to fire this guy.
Right, but this is the thing. Like, I've had people that say yes to the text. I've literally asked them in the text, "Are you interested? Would you be interested in 24 to 36 months?" And then they say yes. But then when I call them, if I can get a hold of them, this is the conversation that we have. It's like, well, you said yes to the text.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the text. If everybody that I ever sent a text message to responded back yes, if everybody that said that, if I could have closed them, I'd be retired and living in Beverly Hills right now with a Hollywood actress wife and everything, no kids and all that,
Right.
Because they don't read the text. They don't understand what a lease with an option is. They don't understand what a lease or what creative means. They don't know what any of that is. So they said yes. Okay. You have to be a great salesperson. You have to be a great phone giver, right? Give great phone. Claude's here in the room. He's about to blow our minds. But even if you're a great phone giver, what's that mean? You fire the bad ones. You nurture the good ones.
Right.
That's it. That's right. Right. Claude, welcome, dude. I'm so glad you're here. What's going on, Claude? Teach us, man.
I was watching on YouTube. I just finished my Monday group call, and I loved LaShonda's question because it just goes right to the heart of what all of us go through. People who cut us off short, who just they take control. They make us uncomfortable. I mean, LaShonda, you just great question. Absolutely great question. And Justin, the way he talked about it, you've got to take control. I think I don't think assertiveness is a dirty word in sales. So when you get somebody, Justin, can we do one role play? And I'm sorry to interrupt your.
No, you're great. Yeah, let's
be that person LaShonda was talking about. Ring,
Okay.
ring.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. I'm calling about the property I saw on Zoom.
Yeah, Zillow. Yeah, we got it on Zillow.
Zillow, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
That's too many Z's.
Yeah, I get it, man. What can I do for you?
It's not available anymore, is it? It's probably sold.
Yeah, well, you saw it on Zillow, so it's still available.
Oh, would you like to, and your name, sir?
My name is Jerry.
Hi, Jerry, I'm Claude. Would you like to sell that home today?
Yeah, it's on Zillow.
I think you said that. Is there an echo here?
No, it's on Zillow, man. We're trying to sell it. I mean, everything about the property is there. We got pictures and all the information,
I'm kind of a strange guy. Before I give somebody $250,000, I like to ask a few questions about it. Can I ask you 2 or 3 questions about this right now and make you an offer and we can do business today? Or should I just go away?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you need to know that's not on Zillow.
I need to know a lot of things. Do you want to sell the home now, sir? Otherwise, I'll leave. But if I leave now, you're going to have regrets because you lost the one serious buyer that you could have had today. Can we start all over again? Sounds like you're having a bad day.
Sure. What do you need to know?
Oh, thank you. You're a gentleman. I appreciate it. I know your time is valuable. Boom. LaShonda, what did you take away from that?
That you kind of switched it up because he was an asshole in a sense.
I'm good at that, LaShonda.
Yeah. And you
I got a lot of practice.
And
Now I've perked up. Now I've perked up.
Got her attention.
You got my attention, girl.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
And so you kind of took that and turned it around and made it seem like, well, hey, do you want to sell this thing or not? Because I could move on pretty much.
What's the power we have, Justin? When we talk to a stranger who's having a bad day or they've had too many we have to be a little empathetic. Yeah. We're probably not the first person to call them, LaShonda. We might be the 10th people. Some people call them and what's the definition of insanity? We always talk about this.
Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I like to control the thermostat in the room. Does anybody else like that? Like in your room, in your house, you like to control you don't like other people touching it? That's me. I like it because I like to be in control of how it feels in here. I'm the same way on the phone.
We're calling up someone. We have to understand that they might have had a lot of bad phone calls, a lot of people tying them up on the phone, asking the same silly questions. So I think there has to be a certain amount of assertiveness to let them know that I'm a serious person. I'm going to make you an offer today. You may not like the offer. We may not do business. But before I make a commitment on a very expensive property, you've got to be nice to me. You've got to share information with me because I'm the person who might do a deal with you right now. They get caught up so much in so many time wasters that you have to let them know that you're a serious creative investor.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
But sometimes, are you okay? Sometimes you don't get to that because they just come out the gate.
Come out on the gate. Go ahead. Ring, ring.
Get it.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, LaShonda, Claude Diamond here. I got your name and number, and I saw that Zillow, that beautiful home on Zillow. Wanted to see if we could do business today.
Yeah, what's going on? Yes, it's on there.
Oh, okay. And you're the owner of the home, LaShonda?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. I'm talking to the boss lady. Excellent. Can I ask you a couple of quick questions? And you ask me a few, and I want to make you an offer on this home today. I love that home. Beautiful pictures, by the way. Can we do business?
What is it that you want to ask me? I mean, everything is on Zillow. What is it that you need to know?
Not everything. This is your home. I'm a little confused. Maybe you could help me. Now, off the role play. Okay. I'm a little confused, or my other favorite word.
I don't
I
know.
don't
Yeah.
know. Okay, gotcha.
People love to rescue. You've got to use a little psycho. Maybe you could help me, or something like that. I'm not trying to bully you into working with me, but maybe I can suck you in to get you to rescue me. I just don't understand. This is your home. You're living in it, right, LaShonda?
Yes.
How many years must have been in there? What, 10, 15 years, Zillow said?
Yeah, about 15.
Oh, stay another 15. That is such a nice neighborhood. You're near the good schools, the nice park, and that house is just why you don't really want to sell it, do you?
Well, yeah, we're ready to relocate, so we need to get it sold.
Oh, but not right away. You're not. When are you relocating? Not for months or years.
Well, we plan to. Oh no, it'll be probably a couple of months or so, maybe
Oh,
5 or 6 months actually.
You have plenty of time to do. See, off the role play. That's called, Justin. You know all about that. Redirection.
Negative. You
Right.
go negative.
I go negative just to I'm sucking you right into the conversation. Remember, you started off real, and now, oh, gee, you don't really want to sell that home. When I go in the opposite way, it's a little reverse psychology we do here. Now you have to justify why you're selling the home and when you're selling the home. Now I'm getting information. I'm learning how to sell you.
Okay.
It's like that Key and Peele sketch where the telemarketer hangs up on him and he's selling the vacation package. If you haven't seen that, you got to look it up. And the guy calls back and he says, "Did you hang up on me?" He said, "Well, you didn't want the vacation package, did you?" And he said, "Well, you don't know that. I might have wanted the click." He calls me just on and on, just a negative redirection and interruptions. Really it's incredible. You got to check that out, guys.
I got to go, Justin. Everybody, I just loved LaShonda's question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
It was great. Thank you, Claude. Thank you.
Have
Appreciate
a good week,
you.
everybody.
Love you around here. You're the godfather around here, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care.
So great advice. Great advice. Yeah. Good stuff. You never know what's going to happen around here. You never know what's going to happen.
So Justin, what do you do when you got you have a lot of people that like when we send out a text campaign, we might, because I text like 1,000 people a day.
Yeah. Oh,
and
wow.
I might get 15 make offers. And to me, when they just say make an offer, do you take the time out to run all the numbers and fill out the contract and send it over to them, or how do you try to throw a number out through text? Like, how do you do that? Because we know that half of them people ain't motivated, if any of them are motivated.
Yeah, I will call them, and in 3 minutes or less, I'll know if this is a deal that I want to pursue or not. I qualify or disqualify. So that kind of goes back to what I was saying before Claude popped on. If you're not going to be able to control the atmosphere, control the temperature with the guy on the phone and all that, then the obligation falls on you next to fire him, because he's not going to work, So these people that say make offer, I will call them. And if I'll know within a couple, 2 or 3 minutes, if this is something, because make offer could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, it does.
It could mean
to some people. Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say it could mean that I'm that jerk that you were talking about who doesn't want to give any information. It's all on Zillow. Why are you bothering me? It could be that guy. It could be somebody that's like, yes, please make an offer. Any offer would be great at this point. Okay. You don't really know until you call. Okay. And I'm disqualifying a lot more people than I'm qualifying.
Okay.
That's just
because
facts.
I've had several people that say make an offer, right? And at first I was asking through text when's a good time to call, blah, 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 blah. But then I took Nick's advice, Gonzalez, I think his name. I took his advice and I said, okay, well, when they say that, I'm just going to pick up the phone and call. So I just pick up the phone and call, catch them off guard or whatever. And then some of them were still assholes. They'd be like, well, just make me a freaking offer. I've even had them hang up, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
how are we gonna even do any type of business when you have that type of attitude? I don't even want to make an offer because I don't even
Yeah.
want to deal with you now.
Try some of those great comebacks that Claude presented. Those are fantastic. Being a little assertive, never hurt anybody. It's part of being a guts salesperson is having the guts, to say some things that need to be said. That's just the way it is. I did get a note back from Steve here. He says, yes, there has been a structure change on Zillow for filter selections. So once we select filters and reopen that URL, Zillow discards the filter for house types, but we are trying to find a solution for this. Okay. So that's the answer to the question of why sometimes land and other stuff's popping up in your dealio, in your scrapes. Okay.
Cool.
By the way, if you're in the Facebook group, y'all, the @ symbol, and then immediately start typing Touseef, Touseef, and it'll allow you to tag him in a comment or in a post in the Facebook group and just ask these questions. And he's pretty good about getting back most of the time. Okay. But I don't mind handling stuff like this here in Q&A. That's what we're here for. So, yeah. So lots of good things happening here. I do want to get some leads. Who in here, what I really wish, since we have Victor and Mark both doing live seller calls on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I would like to provide you guys with some leads, but I think we might end up with more leads than you guys can handle in those two sessions. So let's go ahead, and plus y'all have leads and all this. Leads everywhere. Sheesh. Lots of leads. Okay. There's no end to the leads. Being in this creative real estate business is like having an endless market. You have the whole country, basically. Pretty close. So who in here, besides LaShonda, because we gave LaShonda last time, who in here could use some leads this week? Anyone? Steve, I got you, bro. We're gonna give you the hookup. What's are you Florida?
Yeah, I'm in South Florida, East Coast.
Okay. What markets are you currently working in?
Between Palm Beach and Indian River. So
okay. Are you going virtual with anything?
I mean, Palm Beach to Indian River is about a 2-hour zone.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not around the corner, but
I understand. So if I gave you a batch of leads, if we ran a batch of leads in, let's say like Arkansas, for example, would that be helpful for you, or would that be something you would not want to pursue?
I'll try anything.
Boom. I love it, Steve. I love it. Okay, so let's try.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's try to jump in here in the shared screen, and let's go over here to automated REI. All right, automated REI. Let's go down here to the left and go down to the Zillow scraping tab. Where'd you go? Where are you? You're up top. Zillow scraping tab. And today's date is the 11th. So 1/11/21. VIP owner. What would be a good state? We don't have to do Arkansas. That's the first one that popped in my head. I mean, I don't know. It's like I have an infatuation with Arkansas this year. But does anybody have any other suggestions? Let's take a look at Arkansas. But if you have another suggestion,
Why would you pick Arkansas?
Just rural. It's a flyover state. Yeah, it's got a lot of people that live there. It's It's got a couple, 2 or 3 major metropolitan areas, or at least one, Little Rock. But besides that, it's got a lot of more rural places and towns and townships and so on and so forth. So let me go ahead and set this up this way, adjust the time. All right, let me just go ahead and check the data count, see what Arkansas, the whole state. I'm just doing a whole state. Okay, let's see what we can do. It's thinking.
Could you say that Arkansas is not as much of a seller's market as, say, other markets like Florida, California?
Bingo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I like it somewhat, like I'm enjoying.
Justin, quick question on that. So when you did that search, you're not doing any keywords or no?
No, I'm not doing any filters
You're
whatsoever.
gonna get, like condos and land and everything pretty much then, right?
Yeah. We can change that. We probably should. So we'll play around with that. I just want to see if it can, what it'll tell me as far as numbers go, just in general. 600. Okay, so it maxes out at 600, guys. Zillow will only cough up 600 at a time. So let's go in and play with the filters, because that's everything. So I'm going to check the filters button. Now, remember, they are having a hard time with this because Zillow changed up their algorithm, or what is it? I don't know. So let's click homes. Let's click 3 beds. Okay. And hit submit. All right. Now let's check the data count. So now we're looking for 3-bedroom houses. 3-bedroom houses. Okay. In the great state of Arkansas. So hopefully, see, the first time we pulled 600, hopefully this time we'll pull 600 as well, except it'll be 600 more specific leads. It'll be 600 3-bedrooms houses. Okay. Whereas the first time we just pulled a little bit of everything. And I'm okay with doing that too. Sometimes I just do that for, because I don't really care so much. Most of what I'm going to get is going to be single family residence anyway. So, but we can go in and play with the filters a little bit, especially if we're grabbing a huge area, like an entire state, for example. So here we go. Okay. $22.48, 562 3-bedrooms on Zillow. Okay. In Arkansas. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I'm looking for 500 this week. Somebody remember the number here, 562. Okay. Somebody remember 562. Okay. Then I'm going to hit create campaign here, and boom, I'm done. I'm done with the scrape. Okay, so now I can come over here to the scraping history, and you can see number 1 here is the scrape that we just set up, 1/11/2021 VIP Zillow, and it's scheduled to scrape that 562. Now, let's talk a little further. 562. How am I going to avoid the spam filters? Anybody have any ideas here? Anybody remember the rule? The rule for texting?
Less than 50 at a time, I believe.
Need 12 phone numbers.
Right.
12 messages.
Okay. I think you're right there, Steve. Okay, that's the rule. 50 messages out per outbound phone number per text message template per day. I know, it's like, what? What? Say it again. Okay, so in other words, 50 for every 50 scrapes, okay, I'm going to need a phone number to send from and a message in my template. Okay. So if I have 562, is that what it was?
Yes.
Then I'm going to need 12 phone numbers and at least 12 text templates, right? Because for every 50, I have to have a phone number and a text template. All right. So let's go back and look at the automated REI again real quick. I'm going to slide down here on the left. We're going to go to the SMS campaign tab. Now, tomorrow, when this is all ready, we'll set up an SMS campaign, but let's go ahead and make sure we got everything, the way it should be. Okay. Here's 10 phone numbers. Is that enough? I have 10 phone numbers. Is that enough? It's not. Okay.
Need 12.
Right. So I'm going to have to buy a new phone number or two. Two, in fact. Yeah. Now let's see here. Something's happening. I thought I had 12. I don't know what happened. Maybe I dropped a couple. And now I'm trying to find phone numbers. What's a good Arkansas phone number? Anybody know? What's the area code in Arkansas? Somebody Google it real quick. We'll go with a couple Arkansas numbers. Okay. The phone number thing might be down. I don't know. It's not working right. I'm not allowed to buy any today for some reason. That's okay. But I know I need, before I do this text blast, which I can do this tomorrow even, I'm going to let Tusif know that I need to buy phone numbers and something's not working right. But you can buy, I need to buy up to 12 here because I have 562. All messages selected. Now, 15 messages because you have to add them in groups of 5. So let me go to the template message button over here and look at these. This is my for sale by owner templates. No. This is partly for rents. Okay. Could you rent and then sell? No, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. This is for sale by owners. Okay. So I have enough messages here. These messages, guys, are in the Outsource Lease Options 2.0 course. They're also in a new course I just released this week called Quick Start VIP, and it's kind of a more manageable for you to get going than the big course. So that's the messages. So we're good on the messages. We have enough messages, and I know I need to buy a couple phone numbers. So once I buy a couple phone numbers, we'll be good to go on this. Okay. If I don't remember the rule, what happens to me?
Get flagged.
Yeah, I'm gonna get caught in the spam filters, and I'm not gonna be able to have a successful text blast. Okay. Lou wants to know, if we do different states, should we choose phone numbers with area codes that are in the state or county? Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. So there's different schools of thought on this. I don't feel like it makes that much of a difference for me to spend that much more money buying phone numbers for every area code that there is. Okay. It's not efficient money wise for me. So I don't like doing it. All right. But I do like just going with what I have. All right. I find that works okay. So if I've got 816 numbers from Kansas City, that's what Kansas City is, and I've got Arkansas in my horizons this week, I'm okay with sending them that message. All right. Now, 10 years ago or whatever, maybe it was a little different because we all felt a little different about the world. But nowadays, for the most part, we all have friends, family, other people in our lives that text us, call us, that have different area codes, right? So it ain't that big of a thing anymore. All right, ain't that big of a thing. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Okay, so any questions about that so far? Pretty simple to do. We did that in less than 20 minutes. You guys can mimic this very easily. Very easily. Just go do what I just did right there. Pick a different state. Okay? Go grab them all. Boom. Somebody told me the other day, they were like, hey, listen, I'm doing like 2 phone numbers and 5 messages. Okay. I'm like, okay, so you're going to do 100 a day. Because that's what that means. You could do 100 a day. Or you could do what I just did and do a whole week's worth in 20 minutes. The difference is can you afford the phone numbers and write down those messages, which we have the templates provided for you. So it's really down to the numbers and the money on the numbers. Okay. But I'm here to tell you, the first deal that you get, you'll forget about that because that ain't nothing, man. Okay. It ain't nothing. All right. Does that make sense what I'm saying, guys and gals? And I know we've gone through this before, but I thought it would be good to go through it again today. I don't know how many of you in the room here are actively trying to pursue this particular path of scraping and text blasting. How many in here are? Anybody willing to admit it? Okay, Mark is, Steve.
Yeah, me.
Okay, a lot of folks with the cameras off, so I couldn't see you, but okay, great. So a bunch of folks. All right. This is how you automate your lead gen down to a few minutes a week. All right. So not complicated, very simple. And you need to do this routinely every Monday. I'm tempted to do it every Monday for a little while, just to see if I can get you guys to do it with me. Because I believe that if you could just get leads and just call them and have good phone, that you'll find some low-hanging fruit out there. Okay. There's some motivated sellers out there. I'm not trying to take unmotivated ones and razzle dazzle them. I'm trying to find the motivated ones.
Hey, Justin, I got a question.
Yep.
What is like, and I know this is kind of like you can't really give a true number, but when you're sending out text messages, about how many are you sending before you are actually getting some type of good lead or some or a sale period? Well, I mean, I know that's kind of like a broad question, but just on average, what would you say as far as text messages, as far as, you know, grabbing a winner out of it?
Yeah, my response rate is different on every single scrape and text blast. So to nail that number down would be hard, but it's usually somewhere between 25 and 40% return replies. A lot of those are no's, some F-offs and sold and
right.
you know, all, you know, so a lot of the responses aren't leads. But out of the leads that we get, we find that about 1 out of every 30 is a deal. Okay. But in order for 1 out of every 30 to be a deal, that means that out of those 30 leads that we have that said yes or how much down or, you know, so on and so forth, we had to talk to probably close to half of those to get that 1. Okay. Some of those yeses we talk to, some of them we don't get to talk to. We don't connect for some reason. Okay. Some of the yeses we talk to, we disqualify them right away. We get off the phone. Usually out of 30, 3, 4, 5 of those I can conversate with for a while. It feels like there's something I can cultivate here. And usually out of that, maybe one. Okay. So I'm not the guy that gets on the phone and closes everyone. I don't know if anyone is. Okay. But I do know that it is a numbers game and I have to hit certain numbers in order for my business to survive. And in order for my business to survive, I need to have, at least as a new person, I need to have a minimum of 30 good leads a week. At least. Maybe 50 would be better. Like these are people that said yes or how much down or, so on and so forth. Like they weren't no's or the F offs. These are positive responses. And even out of that, only like 1 out of 30 or maybe 1 out of 50, if I'm not maybe as experienced, it's going to be something that's really worth doing and I can do. Is that discouraging?
No, I mean, no, it's not discouraging. It just seems like when I before I started doing lease options, when I was like just straight up wholesaling, it seems like, because I've been doing this for about a year, and it seems like at the beginning, I don't know if I was working harder than I'm working now, to try to get that first deal, but it seems like it's more hard now to get anything really going. I mean, I can get the leads in, like you said, I might get 15 or 20, but when it all boils down, it's like all of them are trash.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple things here. You might be in a slump, right? A slump. I've been in a slump before, and there's really only 2 ways out of a slump that I have ever found. One is to work harder. Okay. Yeah. That may be the case. Maybe you need to up your, instead of 15 or 20, get 50 leads, work harder. That's one way. The second way is ask yourself this question and be honest. Am I having fun with this? Okay. If I'm not having fun with it, you're not closing deals. That's just how it works. When you start out excited, energized, motivated, dreamy, like you're just fantasizing about this all the time. And that enthusiasm somehow communicates over the phone. Fast forward 12 months, you're tired, you're a little bored, you're on the phone, and this is what they hear. Hi, yeah, this is Justin. I was calling about a property I saw online. Yeah. Versus what I was when I first started. Hey, yeah, this is Justin. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Yeah, you got a house on Zillow? Somehow that's fucking better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to ask yourself, am I having fun? And if you're not having fun, change that. Sometimes I have to take a couple days, maybe even a little longer, and just put it away for a second and just be like, look, I will pick up the phone again when I'm excited and I'm like kind of have those butterflies again. And I just need a rest and I need to recharge and I need to get that excitement and that enthusiasm back, because that's what communicates over the phone is your enthusiasm and your confidence and your likability and your authenticity and all of that. And somehow you've lost that along the way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that happens to all of us. Has anybody else in here experienced that? Yeah. Mark has and Steve has. Sure. We all have. It's a common thing. So don't feel bad about it. Just put it down for a minute and ask yourself, how can I start having fun again and making this fun? All right. when they laugh at you, or when I'm sorry, when they say bad things to you on the phone, when they're mean, when they're assholes, okay, if you're having fun, you laugh about it when you get off the phone.
Mhm.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're not having fun and that happens, what's it like then? You know,
You
it's
kind
like,
of take it personally. Yeah.
shit. Nah, these
Right.
shitty leads, man. All these leads are just shit. Okay, you ain't gonna sell shit, man. I don't care if it's a motivated seller or not. You know, they pick up on energies. It's strange how this works, but people pick up on energies and subtleties. It's funny. It's so true.
Yeah.
So you're not alone. Remember that.
Cool.
Anybody else with a question or anything, guys? You guys are kind of quiet today a little bit. Not a lot.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. Got to shake off the cobwebs. All right. Anybody out there gonna go get some scrape set up today? Anybody? Is Monday a marketing day for anybody other than me?
No.
Well, I need to scrape, but I was kind of hesitant because, like I said, the last few scrapes I got a little bit of everything. So I didn't know if it was a good idea to. Well, I was hoping that they was gonna fix it like soon, real quick.
Yeah. They're working on it. So I'll see. Hopefully, get an update when it's all done. But yeah, I forge ahead, guys. This is part of being like Bruce Lee. Be water. It's part of that is just it's okay. I forge ahead. It's okay if I got some land in there today. Hey, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a land deal. Like I don't normally do it, but what the hell? If one pops up in my lap today and it's like, I'll take a look at it for a couple minutes. If it's not in my wheelhouse, fine. Disqualified. That's okay. So you got to roll with the punches. As an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what business you're in, but especially this marketing business. And the thing about marketing is you're never going to get it all figured out, man. It's always going to have something. There's always going to be a tool that needs repaired, or there's always going to be something you could write better, or you could say better, or you could do better, or shit, man. Just do it. That's the most important part, right? You saw those messages. Those messages are about as hillbilly sounding, country boy, raw and authentic, misspelled words and bad capitalizations and everything, and somehow it works. So don't outguess yourself and outthink yourself. All right, just do it. And I don't worry about okay, I got land in there, I got this other stuff. Who cares? Whatever. I'm looking for a deal. I'm looking for some low-hanging fruit today. All right. I'm not looking for the guy that wants to do business with me in a month or two. I'll write his name down and follow up with him. But I'm looking for that guy that wants to do something, needs to do something today. Today. All right. I want to be real clear about that, because you guys have a tendency to get discouraged when you call people and it doesn't convert into a deal. Guess what? That same thing probably would have happened with me. Okay. You can't take an unmotivated seller and make them into a motivated one unless there's pain points there that they're willing to open up about. Okay. Now you can be good about how you talk to them and get them to open up and all that. And you should be practicing with us, but you're not looking to take the 3s and the 4s and turn them into 10s. Okay. You're looking for the motivated sellers. You got to remember that. We start judging ourselves real harsh when a bunch of leads got disqualified and they were garbage. Great. That means that's a whole bunch of people you don't have to fuck with no more. Now there's more right here. I bet inside here, there's a motivated seller. All right. So you gotta adjust your mindset as a business person and as an entrepreneur with this marketing stuff. Okay. There's marketing and then there's sales. Okay. You can't sell with the marketing, right? And you don't market with sales. There's two separate ideas. Marketing is getting the leads. Just get the leads. I don't give a shit. Just get the leads. The second thing is sales, closing them on the phone. Are you going to close everyone? No, never, ever, ever. You might have a day where you close everyone that day, but then tomorrow you're going to completely strike out. That's life. Okay. It happens. So play the numbers, play them big, and don't, like I said, when they're mean, hey, fuck. Hey, did you hear what that guy said? Hey, fuck them if they can't take a joke. Click on to the next.
I have fun with the ones that are negative. It's got to give you a boost. Have some fun, man.
Yeah, have fun with it. Yeah, have fun
That
with
went
it.
off on me last week. It turns out he says he's a lawyer. He was returning my call off a card or something, and he goes off, and he's you investors, this and that, blah 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 blah. So I took a page out of Claude's book.
Yeah.
And it says, man, I'm sorry. Are you that? Did I dance with your wife at the Christmas party? Over Christmas week? Is that why you're mad at me? Guy goes, what? So we went back and forth. It wasn't going anywhere. But I wasn't going to let this guy get the best of me. So.
Exactly. They can't eat you. There are laws against that. They can't eat you. And they're probably not going to show up to Thanksgiving dinner next year either. So like who cares? Who cares?
You can't shoot you over the phone.
No, I don't care if this. I'm not at the pound looking for a new dog. Like I'm not trying to find a friend. I'm looking for the guy who's got motivation. Oh, you don't? Okay, great. Click. It's that easy, guys. But have fun with it. LaShonda, that was huge. You brought a lot of value to the club today, LaShonda. Thank you for your questions. But having fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, the battle's lost already. Why would you not have fun with it? You got to have fun with it. It's your business. Did you start the business to be miserable? No. I was miserable once. I've been miserable more than once, but I have this friend as a Canadian lady, and she called me. She said, you got any deals? I was like, no, I don't have any deals. She was like, why not? I was like, I don't know. I just can't seem to get any deals. I don't know. I guess the inventory's tight, and I guess there's like not a lot of houses for sale, and these sellers are crazy and they want way too much money in this market, and it's I don't know, these wholesalers out here, they've beat me to it on the last 3 offers, and I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm working at it though. It's funny, all the bullshit excuses we tell ourselves. And her response to me was this, very simple. She said, you know what your problem is? I'm like, oh boy, here we go. You're not having fun with it anymore, Justin. If you could just figure out a way to have fun with it again, you'll have plenty of deals. I did 8 deals this month. That's what she told me. And I'm over here telling myself, well, the market and the sellers and, this and that and these other wholesalers and the competition and, all that. You know what? The only problem in this whole equation is the guy looking in the mirror, because he's full of shit. All right. Love you guys. You guys need anything else? You guys, can I help you with it? Can I appreciate you some more? So have fun with it. Anything else, guys? We've been here a little over an hour. We can wrap up here today. Any last questions?
Just real quick.
Yeah.
So really, when we're closing the deal, we're going. I'm just going to use A, B. So I'm talking to the seller. I'm trying to close the deal and trying to get a contract. That's closing the deal. I'm not necessarily making money just yet. I make money when I sell the property to the buyer, kind of buyer.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's a lot. me being a beginner at this, I'm trying to figure out. I got to close the whole deal and make money in that one shot. You always hear that from Claude. You got to do the deal in 3 minutes. I'm like, "Ooh,"
Yeah.
So I'm freaked out.
Yeah. That's the gold standard. Okay.
Yeah.
I close a lot of deals on the second, third phone call. So does Claude. Okay.
Yeah.
So does everybody. Sometimes it's
Right.
fourth and fifth call. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes it's 6 months later. Sometimes it's 18 months later. But nevertheless, I try to close them in the first call.
All right.
It's like when you go out with a girl. If you don't try to kiss her on the first date, what does she go home thinking?
He doesn't like me.
Something's wrong. He doesn't like me. Something about what I did or said or how I look or something, Yeah. So it's your duty to try to do it for her.
What?
Okay. You don't want her to have bad self-esteem. So you got to go in for the kiss on the first date. That's the rule.
Justin, you're definitely not a relationship advice. You're fired just for that.
Like it is.
I always try to close the phone call on the first deal, on the first phone call. But a lot of times I need to get off the phone and go look at PropStream and kind of get my, that's okay. Set up a second phone call or a third phone call or whatever you need. Okay. You're in control here. How do you set up that second or third phone call is, however, of the utmost importance. Confirm. Mr. Homeowner, I would love to make an offer. However, I need to discuss with my partners. I need to look at PropStream. I need to get my numbers together. And I want to call you back today at 2:30 p.m. your time and make an offer. Does that sound okay? Yeah, that sounds fine. 2:30? Okay, at 2:30, when I call you to make the offer, what happens then? Well, I guess we'll take a look at the offer and see if it fits. And, okay, you see if it fits. And then what happens if you're comfortable with it and everything makes sense, I answer any questions you have, what happens then? Well, I think we'd have a deal. What? I think we'd have a deal. Okay. Confirm. If you don't confirm, you're going to be doing follow up, message, text, follow up, just confirm. Okay. So you can guarantee more that person is ready at 2:30 today for your offer. You bought yourself time. Now you can make the offer, use your guts, close them today at 2:30. All right. If at 2:30, you can't close them at 2:30, whatever the problem is. Okay. If I call you tomorrow at 3:00, will you have had time to talk to the wife, the priest, the dog, the cat, the whatever it is? Okay. Whatever you got to do. If at 3:30 tomorrow I call you, what happens then? Well, we'll see if we have a deal or not. We'll see if we have a deal. What do you mean? Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we'll take a look at the offer. We're going to talk about it tonight, and at 2:30, we'll let you know if it's something we're going to move forward with. Okay. So you mean at 3:00 tomorrow when I call you, not 2:30, that's today. At 3:00 tomorrow when I call you and I answer any questions you have, if you feel comfortable with things, what happens then? Well, we'd have a deal. Great. We have a deal. If you're comfortable at 3:00 tomorrow, yes, we have a deal. Okay. See what I'm doing? I'm roping them in for what we're doing on the next call. Okay. This is how you keep them from stringing you out forever and forever and forever and forever. Okay. I don't mind talking to you again, but I need to know what we're talking about next time. Do we have a deal next time? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Confirm. I hope that helps, guys. All right. I'm not as smooth and as polished as Claude, but you gotta work on it. Okay. I'm trying to come up too. That's why I associate with guys like Claude, because I want to come up too. And that right there, that one technique will save you tons and tons of follow-up time. All right. Sorry, I went back into preacher mode. Love you guys. Stay healthy out there. Okay. Stay healthy. We'll do some text blasts tomorrow and some more Q&A and stuff. Okay. We'll see you. We're getting the leads for Steve. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have fun, LaShonda. I want to hear fun stories, LaShonda. I want to hear you. I want to hear you come back tomorrow and say, you know what? Fuck them if they can't take a joke. That shit was funny. I had a great time. Okay. Because